eyes and our hair. So I've wanted too much. So where's the crime? Never flowers or jewels or a sleek limousine, though I've had those things. I would give them back, or I would accept them again, every gift. So I've not settled down with some pots and pans, but loved the smooth sheets of each strange new bed. I can't seem to stay in one place long enough to ever get sick of it. Listen, you call to me, I'll come. I'll pack a bag full of lingerie and meet you breathless wherever you are. What can I bring you that you would lick from my fingers like sugar with your tender, feathery tongue? How else to spend ourselves but on love? You want the red lace against my breasts. You want nothing for breakfast. I want that too. And then these are the last two poems in that little series. You simply close your hand around whatever shines. Dear heart, I grow more and more fond of you, fonder and fonder, like grass growing high and wild at the edge of a quiet pond, of your hair like tangled sun, of your face, your eyes, your thoughtful hands. And whatever this is between us, we say, let's not give it any name, which might stop its blossoming, we agree. Though it's not so much flowering as green, a green shoot to handle with tenderness now, as in to fondle, as in to be fond. We might skip stones on that pond's smooth surface, might gather weeds, but we'll keep our word. And jaded as we are, we can touch without irony. Kindly lie down. Your skin gives off some kind of light when you sleep, and I'm grateful for that. I would not want you harmed. We disappear from each other, come back, disappear. And those others we've called beloved part the curtain of high grass, a breeze. The silk of longing is never worth what we are paid. O lamb, O lonely in your rooms above the childless neighbors too. The blue of afternoon went on and on like winter, didn't it? The first lights flickering at dusk along the street to make you sad. You took the subway into town, then taxied back, your meager store of cash diminishing again. And still awake at 4 a.m., you wanted anything but this, the silent bed, the empty kitchen, birdsong startling the trees. Open your hand and kiss your palm. That's my kiss, as real as salt. Then turn your head and kiss your shoulder, pale as snow, then warm as milk. The day turns over when we sleep. We need our sleep. Take comfort there. I wish for you the book of childhood's secrets, love's dark stairs. I climbed them once to you, would climb again toward you now, and keep you company a while, and lie down next to you, O lamb. I think I'll read just two new poems, and then two very new poems. They might not even be poems yet. I remember Ani DeFranco, she would say they're zygotes. So two of those, and then I'll come back and read the last poem from Carpathia. This is for my mother, Laverne Pearl of Vishnevsky. Famous for that, my mother said, when I smeared a kid's cheek with my 2 red lips, when I waltzed in late, then rushed out again, when I wept, when I laughed, when I dressed like a DP, when I made the kitchen shine, all the things I was famous for. I could not have been anyone's daughter but hers, with my hair a disgrace, with my cheap, pretty clothes, with my passion for cleanliness too. She swept the floor and I scrubbed. 3 a.m. in our nightgowns, the world out the door. She sang and I hummed and the phone went on ringing. Those mornings we slept until noon. Are you writing? She asked when I sat on the stoop, scrawling my secrets and hers. And where is she when she knew she was dying and I was already flying to her? She was a pistol, a wise-cracking moll, a saint of the sink and the stove in bare feet, and then she was silver, a sliver of light. And I was her doppelganger, the face in the mirror, those dresses she never wore. And for my dad. Our Father, in the last green light of spring, says to me, take down your hands, says, let your sister have it if she wants nothing now. The light that stood behind him will not stand, so summer comes. So he has not stood up in years, who was the last of something then, whose scars I never saw. None of us did. Protected once, he swam in flames, his shadow large as the gods whose laughter filled with birds. What do I want to know and can't? That he'd kept his ankles covered where the chains had gnawed his skin. That he'd planted corn and melons near the creek beside the house, that the leafy golden light behind him darkened. It was June. My father died on June 3rd, 1998. And almost every June 3rd since then, I have found myself in the village where his mother was born. Which I found completely by luck or magic or coincidence. And it's a village in a place that I believed all through my childhood and through much of my adulthood didn't really exist. I believed that that my people came from a place that no longer existed. And I was right, and I was wrong. And that's a place in the Carpathian Mountains that I go back to every year. It's not so easy to get there still. It takes a long, dirty train ride. Doreen Poretz is here, who I made a trip into Poland with in 1995, six. So good to see you. Carpathia. Having rinsed off the soot and stink of the Polish train, having sung with the child, having eaten and laughed and wept, had my vodka with apple juice, my bread, having walked through the fields at dusk and into the forest and back again, meadows of buttercups, thistles with bristling heads, the first blue cornflowers of June, having opened my arms to the sky falling back on itself in my dizziness, having taken the small purple berries that dropped from the wild bush into my palm, Siberian berries like tiny plums, put their sweet, bitter inkiness onto my tongue, having failed and failed at love, having gone anyway, breath after breath, having trusted the world to be kind and stood in the doorway and listened for wolves and heard my own dead in the high grass whispering, beloved, beloved, beloved. Thank you.
Cecilia Woloch and Caleb Barber, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, again, the authors do have books for sale, but that's not the only reason to come up and talk to them, and we hope that you will. That you'll come up and introduce yourself, and if you enjoyed their poetry, please, please tell them so. That's as close to an Oscar as any poet gets. We thank you so much for coming and joining us today. There is a reception now to follow. My work here is done, but please welcome Nora from Red Hen.
Hey, Nora. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the books of the authors, as well as Brendan Constantine's book. We do, yes. We do offer a 20% discount on the general admission. We do have a 40% discount for students. I believe I saw some students. We also have, like in the case that Cecilia brought 2 books, if you buy 2 books, you get a copy of the Los Angeles Review for free. And if you buy 3 books, you get a copy of the Los Angeles Review for free, as well as a tote bag from Red Hen Press.
What about freaking flyer miles?
I know, that is coming up. That was hard to get from the boss. I ready to get this. That's almost. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. The books are right over there. Please choose. Thank you so much, guys.